All right, let's get on to the meme, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, meme number one, but from Dante. So, Mr. Bond, you made it to the penthouse suite for the last time. And you've got the eye patch on. What do you think of that?
Yes, I see.
You're a
Okay.
Bond villain.
It had to happen. But
It
notice
had to-
Bond has become a woman,
Oh, that's right.
and it's Miss Bond. So basically, I'm the latest Bond villain.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I get it. I'm a new Bond villain for a new Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been Goldfinger, or Doctor No, or Oddjob, or
Oh,
something
wow.
like
So you're a
that.
fan, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, of the old Bonds,
Of the
sure.
old Bonds, yeah.
I'm not a big one for the revisionist Bonds.
Okay. Meme number two. In the same vein from Jolly
More of the
Jacobite.
same.
Miss Bond, did your Hanoverian masters really think that you could defeat me and my Jacobite comrades? Gosh.
Well, that's completely recasting the whole thing. I
Yeah.
mean, now Bond is on His Majesty's Secret Service, being the Jacobite king. The okay, and that is what this film of the Bond thing is called. Oh no, because Bond is on Her Majesty's Secret Service, being Hanoverian, Windsor.
Mhm.
So yeah, all right, I'm the Jacobite villain. That's gosh, that's a recasting. All right,
All right, here's another one.
all right.
Jolly Jacobite
Ah,
again. Me respecting Southerners versus me when I remember that Southerners are mostly cringe Baptists.
well, okay. All right, you got me there.
I love that how he's captured your face and then you're thinking that. It's just you're so troubled. You look so troubled by that thought.
Well, it is a hard one, I must admit. It is difficult. Uh, but I take comfort in the fact that in those days the Catholics that were in the South had a lot more influence and power over things than the ones in the North, even though there were a lot more of them in the North. So that's the one saving grace. But I do have to admit, going to the South today, basically, you go to the areas that are primarily inhabited by our co-religionists, and they're namby-pamby and weak. You
Yeah.
go to the areas of the country that stand for anything, and they're mostly non-Catholic, which does not put the believing Catholic in a happy frame of mind. Hence, I suppose, that look on my face, which is it's a pretty good screen capture, if you ask me.
Very good. Yeah. All right, next one. From Nick, he says, "When Charles is forced to answer my very poorly worded question from 4 months ago," and you've got this look. Oh
Nick?
man.
Nick, let that be a lesson to you. Make sure your questions are well worded. Obviously, I wasn't happy at that point. Make me happy. Give me a well worded question that I can respond to in an intelligent manner. Ugh.
Okay, I don't even remember the question, but I'm pretty sure the question was fine. All right, next one is a comment. We like disgruntled comments from angry people. Sometimes they're
Indeed.
fun. So
They're the best.
here we go. Here's an over the top one. Now this is from our video. We did a video on imperialism and colonialism. It says, "You guys are literally atheists. This is completely secular logic. Demonic."
Well, I'm sure it's a deeply held opinion. I'm sorry you feel that way, I guess, or not. I don't know. Opinions are like moles. Everyone's got one. I don't know what to tell you. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. Some people feel the world is flat.
Such a strange segment for that to pop up on for colonialism and imperialism.
I I don't know. I mean, obviously the person is very upset. I'm sorry you're upset. You know, just relax, learn an indigenous language, give up European clothes, culture, and so on. Stay away from European technology and medicine. Basically, sit in the mud and eat grubs.
That's what you said on that segment. So
Well,
that's
I'll
more
say
the
it
same.
now.
You're gonna make that person even more mad.
Well, as long as he doesn't express it in the European language, who's to know? Just say Takanka Bambanka Kosako Hira Bongamba.
Oh, that is so. Okay, I'm not gonna even comment on
So
that.
what?
That's racist.
I see. So I'm not allowed to speak an indigenous language.
You weren't actually speaking an indigenous language, so you're mocking it.
You don't know that.
Okay,
See?
okay, what language were you speaking?
See, you don't know. And no, I'm not. I am not going to put an indigenous people up before a microscope. For all you know, they have not yet made contact with white men, and revealing their language, the identity of their language on the air, would be tantamount to revealing their location, which would open them up to exploitation by outside interests. And I'm not going to do it.
Well, if they haven't had any contact with white men, how do you even know their language?
I can't tell you. That would reveal too much about them.
You're not.
Got you there.
Yeah, because you're not white per se. You're
Yes.
Because you speak French first, so that
Well,
means.
believe it or not, that's still white.
Is it still
know.
white? Okay.
I know it would upset the Irish in New England very much, to say nothing of the WASPs. But yes,
Okay.
French Canadians are still sort of kind of white.
Okay.
Non-Irish or non-New England Irish wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
but New England Irish might.
Yeah. What about the Yiddish?
Oh, they wouldn't care one way or the other.
Yeah.
They just shrug and say, "What? Oh, what are you gonna do?"
Yeah. Okay, my favorite one. I've saved the best for last. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm excited. From Jolly Jacobite again. Wow, off the menu really went off the rails.
See, I told you. I said you were a Stalinist and you'd been exposed.
What are you wearing? You're in communist garb as well. You've got the hammer and sickle right where your button is.
Yeah, well, I'm a spokesman for the people. You're the plutocrat. You're the one living off the means of production. I'm just a hired gun. I'm a freelance writer. We don't count for anything anyway.
But this is clearly, I think this is in response to the distributist episode we did, where one of the things we countered was the notion that distributists are communists. We had a lot of talk about the means of production and taking it back for the people. Yeah.
Now, maybe they're misunderstood and they think it's the means of production.
Ooh.
See? And that
Wow.
could be what you're showing right now as a meme of production. You don't know.
That's true.
Especially if it's in an indigenous language.
Yeah.
In which case, it shouldn't be appearing on a European computer screen anyway. You see how confusing this stuff is if you get your mind right?
It is. It is. But okay, so that'll do it for the memes and dreams. So some people have complained that our intros are too long, but we've taken a poll from the patrons, the big money men, and the big money men overwhelmingly said Charles is at his best when the intros are over 20 minutes long.
Heavens.
So you've got on one side people who are complaining the intros are too long, but they're not putting up any money, and you've got people who are putting up tons of money who are saying long intros. So it's a tough,
It's not that tough.
It's not that
Ladies and gentlemen, you can buy my silence.
Wouldn't you like that?
Well, if you pay me to do less, pay me more to do less. Who wouldn't go for that?
That would be great.
I'm saying.
That would be great. Yeah.
Send in that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're really tired of long intros, send in a lot of money and outbid all those terrible people who are paying for the long intros. You show them. You go ahead. You reach in deep into this thing here. You send in that dough and you show people who's boss. The marketplace, ladies and gentlemen, the free marketplace, the supply and demand. And if you want less, you pay for less. That
There you go.
doesn't make a lot of sense, but never mind. Why should it? We live in a world where little does. I will say, though, don't forget that you're in command here. If there's anything you don't like about the show, you don't actually have to watch it. You could fast forward. Because one thing you'll notice is that you've got these little descriptions of what's going on at what point in time.
Yeah.
So you can actually blaze right through the overly long introduction that people with money have paid for and go on just to the parts that you're getting for free. That's all you want. See? Easy peasy Japanesey.
Yeah.
And there's more. There's much more. You have it within your power, ladies and gentlemen, almost every one of you watching this, to do your own show that can be exactly the way you want it to be.
Well,
Think about that.
This goes back to what I said on the pre-show. It's like, yeah, I could be interested in what I myself should do, or I could just tell other people what they should do and give them advice. I mean, the former is just such hard work.
Well, it's true. It's better to just tell people what to do and sit back rather than do it oneself. And actually, all kidding aside for just a second, ladies and gentlemen, the more voices there are out there saying the right things, the better it is. All right? So if you find that this or any other podcast is not up to your snuff, great. You produce something that is. And I'm not being funny. Because you know what? Differences, if any, aside, it could be you've got insights that no one else has. Really and truly. I mean, whether it's because of your geography or your background or the position in life you hold or whatever it might be, it's quite possible that you've got insights the rest of us could benefit from. And if there's any chance of that being true, then it seems to me you have an obligation to your fellow man, especially because anybody can do this now. I mean, if you've got an understanding of the technology, which I don't, fortunately you do. By all means, knock yourselves out, ladies and gentlemen. The more voices, the better. They can't get us all. They can't silence us all. So don't take it as a jibe. If you believe you can do better, or even if you believe you're capable of doing something different, useful but different but useful, please jump on in. It's a big ocean out here.
I agree. All you need is a web camera.
Yep. Easiest thing in the world.